Hey, you just hit that digital download button on the Jumparound Podcast right here on Spreaker.com. And it's not Tuesday, but it's better late than never. We finally found Big Joe. He was hiding out from those Transformers.
Are they gone? Are they gone? Let me back. I gotta get back. Jumparound Tuesday on Friday.
Stick around, folks, after the fancy music. We'll be back with the show, and I'm going to build Mr. Joe like a duck blind or something so he can hide. All right, here comes that fancy music. Strap her down and hold on tight. Here we go. Up here on top of that big old hill in Buford, Georgia. It's the Jumparound Podcast. He's hiding out somewhere, but he's the round mountain of sound, Mr. Joe Beasley. And 220 pounds of brown-eyed soul, Mr. Wes Parky. I just like this.
Gotta let it play.
Yeah, we'll let it roll out now. Man, I tell you what, it is Friday now because you've been in hiding ever since the Decepticons found you in Washington, D.C. on your vacation. What? How do you go up there and you're such a Transformer, Mark. Like I said, what was it, 2 episodes ago? You are a Transformers Mark. You go to Washington, D.C. on vacation and all you talk about is looking for Decepticons. Explain yourself.
You've got me mixed up with the kid, man. I know he looks like a full grown adult, but you got me mixed up with the kid. Now I do enjoy the Transformers, but I didn't spend all 4 or 5 days we were up there looking for Transformers.
No, but you could have been back Tuesday and you spent 2 days hiding out from the Transformers.
No, we didn't leave until Tuesday.
And you went hiding in Virginia. You told me you were coming back Tuesday, and we were going to get the show done on time. And then I get this. Hey, we're going to be gone a couple extra days, just so you know.
Well, it started out with we had a change of plans as usual. We had some storms coming through the East Coast last week. A little hurricane action somewhere, putting some storms up, and. Had to change our plans. If we were going to go see fireworks, we had to drive instead of fly. So took the 8.5 hour drive, 9 hour drive back, whatever. And so on our way back, we stayed an extra day, detoured over to Virginia Beach, see some family.
That's what you call it. Did he have a bunker that you could stay in or something? Or
it was a bunker.
Rations, so
That's
you wouldn't have to come out after the nuclear bomb blast and after the Transformers destroy the world like they do in all those movies. I by the way, have never seen any Transformers movie because I think they're so stupid. I like action movies. Never watched a single Transformer movie in my life.
Not a problem. You're not a mark for them.
No, not a mark for the Transformers like you.
Enough about the Transformers. So the trip wasn't about Transformers. It was about going to the nation's capital on the 4th of July and seeing some fireworks.
And how'd you like that?
We got there right in time to see some fireworks, literally.
Well, that's cool.
Literally, yeah. We, matter of fact, they shut down the mall right around the monument right at 9 o'clock. We were like 4 people from getting inside there, so we ended up right there on the street with the other 100,000 people that were out there.
Oh, and you don't think there was 100,000 people in there? So you were stuck with the 100,000 people
I'm sure.
On the other side of the chain link fence.
If not, yeah, exactly. If not more than that. So, but we had great spot right in front of the monument, saw the fireworks, went back to the hotel, and spent the next 3 days walking up and down that mall, checking out all the museums. A lot of walking.
Good museums, though. I love the Smithsonian.
Excellent. I mean, I can't wait to get back, to be honest with you. If you haven't been to D.C., you need to make a trip.
Did you get to you go to like Ford's Theater? That's one of my favorite stops.
No, we actually parked right next door to it.
You parked next door to it?
Well, we drove, so we parked in a parking garage, and it happened to be Ford's Theater was like two stores down or whatever, two houses.
And you didn't make it over there. You couldn't you couldn't say, "Oh, hey, real quick before we go back to the car, there's Ford's Theater. Let's go check it out."
No, I think they were closed. They weren't taking tours at the time when we got back that night. So
yeah, you got to get in there early to go to the Ford's Theater.
Yeah,
I do know that.
Yeah, go figure.
Mm-hmm. You didn't get to the place across the street where that old boy died? That's right across the street from the Ford's Theater. You know, they dragged his limp ass over there and he passed out.
Yeah, we didn't go there either.
No. What else did you do besides the Smithsonian's?
That's about it. We checked out the archives, checked out the Bill of Rights, Constitution, Declaration of Independence. That's pretty impressive.
Old faded pieces of paper.
Faded pieces of paper. That's what my son said. He goes, I figured you'd be able to see it a little bit better than that. I said, well, it's over 200 years old there, buddy.
240 years old, basically, yeah.
So, but it's a good trip. Went out to see the planes at the Air and Space Museum at the hangar at the Dulles Airport.
The other Transformers.
No, that's where the actual Transformers are. Then they have a Transformer exhibit, actually.
Oh, well, imagine that.
How about that?
Imagine that.
Went to the Arlington Cemetery.
Never to be missed. Awesome.
That's pretty inspiring.
You got to the Tomb of the Unknowns.
Yeah.
And got to see them old fellers do that walk up and down like there. And, yeah. 99,
I think it was 95 degrees that day.
Yeah. It's a warm day. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter what the weather is. Those guys are out there, Jack.
Yeah.
They done worn a little groove out there in front of that old grave out
24/7, 365. Which we were sitting there thinking about that now. They say these guys never leave. What if there was a tornado zipping right through the Arlington Cemetery?
Mm-hmm. Well, them fellows are going to stand their guard. They're for them folks in the ground. They're not going to leave. I don't care what you think they don't care if it's a hurricane or what. That's the old guard, brother. That's, I think, what was the 96th Division or something? I don't know, but I
forget what it was. But
them fellas ain't leaving.
No, it's impressive though. Just see all those tombstones out there.
Yeah.
So
it's sad, but at the same time,
it is. It's sad, but it's impressive to know that, especially when you go up there. I mean, something like DC is going to be. I just think when you go on a holiday like the 4th of July or Memorial Day or something like that, it's got to be even more of an inspiring trip, you know?
Yeah.
Really let it sink in, you know?
Significant time of year to
exactly.
go, so to speak, yeah.
A lot of people, though. Man, people everywhere.
Yeah, well, a lot of people had the same idea as you had. Hey,
sure they do.
Yeah, let's go 4th of July weekend over there.
It's one of those bucket list things. They mark it off.
No one else will be there. We'll go. It'll be kind of dead. 4th of July, everybody else will go to the beach. So, let's go to Washington, D.C.
Hey, it's one of my typical trips.
Yeah, but it was, like you said, I bet you it was a good trip.
Yep, we got up there. We got lost quite a few times driving around.
Just
trying to see the memorial. Like a scene out of, was it a
European Vacation?
European Vacation. Get over there right in front of Arlington Cemetery every time, doing a circle.
Hey, look, Hunter. Washington Monument.
Hey, kids, Washington Monument. Lincoln Memorial. Big Bend Parliament. Same thing.
Hey, look, Washington Monument.
I think we did that
Lincoln
probably
Memorial.
8 times. 8 times in a row.
You could not figure out how to get off of that loop, the ellipse or whatever? Did you go by the White House?
We did go by the White House.
Did you give him the fickle finger of fate? Did you give him did you give the old boy the he's number one sign? You should have.
You couldn't see anything at the White House.
What do you mean?
And that took forever to kind of try and figure out where to park to go see the White House. Really, what DC is really, it's a great place to go. Very historical, which it should be. But the design of those streets over there, I'm sure they were great back in the day. But now with parking and meters and whatnot, there's nowhere to park for sure.
Well, a lot of those folks, they don't want you parking next to buildings over there, you know?
I understand. They want you riding that train.
Yeah.
That DC Metro, which is another gimmick they got over there. That's how they get you, as our man Tom would say. That's how they get you. They get you over there. Everything's free. Come to D.C. All the museums are free. You want to go see the Smithsonian? It's free. Come see the T-Rex American History Museum, Gallery of Art. Come over in American Indian Museum, the Botanical Gardens. Tour the U.S. Capitol.
But it's going to cost you $20 to ride that old train.
One way. One way. I forget how much it was. Yeah, it was like, I think we went 2 stops one time. We walked to one end of the mall, and it was late in the day, and we had parked on the very other end. It's like almost 2 miles. It's a pretty long mall.
Yeah.
And we were just beat up, just tired, really. Hot, tired. It was just one of those days I said, all right, well, let's just go catch a train. We'll ride it back because we parked basically right beside one of the train stations.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like $12 one way, 2 stops.
Wow.
For 4 people. I was like, that's crazy.
It is.
But that's how they get you.
Yeah. Taxpayers paying. Well, they ain't paying, evidently, for you to go ride around and see everything.
They'll get you inside there, too, if you want to get you some drinks. Well, we're going to need you, as you go through security, we're going to need you to put out your water, any kind of drinks you got in there, you're going to throw those away. Then you walk in, and there's, hey, would you like to buy some water? $4 a bottle.
12-ounce bottle.
12-ounce bottle. Not even, I think it was one of the first things I said. It was like, I looked at my wife, and I said, how much was that? She's like, it was like $3, $3.50. I said, that's not even a 20-ounce bottle. That's like a 12-ounce bottle.
Where's the water fountain?
I'm like, you couldn't get the water fountain? Exactly. And those aren't, well, they don't work.
You got to take the refillable bottle. That's the new gimmick.
Yeah.
Take your refillable bottle next time.
Yeah, well, you drink one and then you just walk in with an empty and fill it at the water, whatever you call it.
No, I don't know what you call it. What are you saying?
Oh, you just said it.
A refillable water bottle?
Yeah, you take it to the water fountain.
Okay. And then you refill it there.
Yeah.
I got you. So what else? You got to go see your family down there? You got to go see your brother over in Virginia Beach?
Yeah, I just stopped over there for the night, though.
Did you get... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break you up from that, but you had jury duty. What happened on the jury duty? Did you get stuck in a case or anything? Or
No, I lucked out. No jury duty. I ended up having to call in the last couple of days. Didn't have to go. It's the first time. So this was actually the first time I just kind of breezed through it with no issues.
You picked a good week to go.
And it was a short week. I didn't pick the week.
Oh, well, they gave you a good week
But they gave me a good week to go. How about you? How was your 4th?
It was all right. I sat here and babysat my skittish dog who's afraid of fireworks and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife had to work, so I just sat here and, gave my dog a couple chill pills, but those didn't seem to work, so I put the Thunder shirt on her, and that kind of calmed her down a little bit. But I didn't want to leave her alone that night and go out and watch fireworks.
I got you.
I like my little puppy dog.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. Wait a minute. Hey, what's going on here? Somebody's trying to reach me on Skype. Somebody's actually calling in on the Skype. Well, let's find out who it is. Hang on, let me see if I can get over here and find out who's calling in on the Jumparound Podcast hotline. Hey, who's this on the Jumparound Podcast hotline?
This is Gabe M.
Gabe, my boy Gabe.
Your boy Gabe from way back when.
This is the Corn Dog calling in, Joe.
Corn Dog.
Good God.
It's been a while.
I haven't said that in like 10 years. The Corn
I think it's more
Dog.
than that, Corn Dog.
Well, what's going on? What's got you calling in over here to the Jump Around Podcast, my man?
I'm not happy. I'm upset. Things are not going my way, my man.
Why are you upset?
Well, the reality is I got up Tuesday morning all pumped up about this Jump Around show, and I had nothing.
Well, and you're blaming me for that.
Well, you're the one who does the show.
Yeah, but I have a co-host who was hiding in Virginia from the damn Transformers.
No,
have you seen those guys? Those are some bad dudes.
I don't want to. Look, that's all fiction. I am not a Transformers mark like Mr. Beasley and his entire family.
You don't believe in Transformers?
I don't believe in Transformers.
Come on, man. Have you not seen the movies?
No, I have not seen any of the Transformers movies. Not one. I own one. I own the first Transformer movie.
It's in there in your rack. You do own one.
I'm saying I own a Transformer movie.
And you haven't seen it?
Never watched it.
Why do you own it then?
I think it came free when we bought the Blu-ray player or something. Honestly,
is that right? Is that right next to your Forrest Gump doll?
Yeah, I don't have a Forrest Gump doll.
It came with a bucket of shrimp.
No.
And a box of chocolates. Wesley, how do you have a box of chocolates and you don't like Transformers?
Have mercy. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. So what?
Optimus Prime is my daddy.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like that little sly little Camaro or something. What, Bumblebee? Is that what he's called?
You don't like Camaros?
No, I love the Camaro. I mean, I would own that Camaro.
Do you not like American-made vehicles?
You wouldn't own that Camaro if it was Bumblebee?
No, I know. I would own the Camaro. Not if it was I don't want the Transformer Camaro. I just want a yellow Camaro. That'd be pretty good.
And then you want that Camaro, when you start it up, he does this.
No, not really. But I'm just saying I'd own a Camaro.
Okay, so I was out of town. I got you. Sorry.
So
I apologize to the fans again.
I'm not taking any blame for this show not being on Tuesday.
All I'm saying is that I was unhappy about the whole thing.
Are you flying across the country or something?
I have done it.
Captain Cone Dog?
I've been all over the world, my man. Sometimes they even send me to a whole other country.
Where are you at right now? Like, are you anywhere around your brother? Is he around?
Yeah, my brother's right here. Actually, I came to visit.
Your brother?
Well, actually, long story short, my daughter actually lives here. So, in a roundabout way, I have to hang out with my brother because he actually lives in the same town that my daughter lives.
Oh, I was going to say your brother or your daughter lives in a mental institution, but no, we won't go there.
Oh. She's not old enough to be mental yet.
No, but
we're working on it.
Okay, well that's cool.
That would be cool. New Bern, North Kakalaki. Hello.
Shout out to New Bern, North Kakalaki back there.
Well, hello.
John.
Where's Johnny Moreno at? Where's John?
John, come here.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Hey, how you been, man?
Good. How are you?
Well, we're just going, we were just sitting here recording a podcast and you two jump in on my Skype and interrupt it. But I mean, you're here now. You might as well stay here with us.
You know what? I've been promoting the show around New Bern, and this monkey decided he wanted to hear it. And I've been getting that countdown. I think I told you the day was 5 o'clock in the morning. 2 days, 56 hot stacks.
56 hot stacks, man. Short stacks.
Short stacks.
Short stacks. I'll tell you what, you can't beat 56-cent short stacks. I don't care how you do it. You can slice it any which way you want. You can't beat 56-cent short stacks.
Hey,
you can't.
You know how much the total bill was over there the other morning?
57 cents.
How did you know I drank water with it, by the way?
They charge you a penny for water.
You and I have gone out to eat lunch before. I know.
So,
I know.
Actually,
you have alligator arms when it comes to paying man.
Alligator arms.
Hey, who's this guy? Who is this guy throwing me under the bus, man?
This man's the original T-Rex.
I can't quite reach into that pocket.
I seem to recall an episode of me, you, and Wes, or me, you, and Steve out there at the Huey's up in Cordova. And that check came around, and what you got? I got $8. I got $8. What you got, Wes?
I got 34 cents.
You might have to hit me up next week.
No, he's not gonna let me live down one time when I put like a $10 bill in and took $8 back. I
think that was the same check. That might have been the same place.
Something like that. I put 10 in and then took like 8 and change out of the pile or whatever.
That's right.
He's not gonna let me that down.
The beautiful thing is as time goes, everybody says there's always change. The good thing is you've never changed, Wes.
He changed a 10 for 9 ones.
That's the only change that he does. That's right.
Hey man, it's not what you spend, man. It's what you save. Haven't you ever learned that?
No.
So I had a question for you, John, and I can't remember what it was because Gabe just popped me with that damn alligator arm comment. And
did it have something to do with wrestling?
No. No, didn't have anything to do with wrestling, man. You know, I can't talk in wrestling terms that you would understand, Gabe. You know, I'd have to dumb it down and talk to you like someone that believes it's still real.
It is real, just like Transformers.
Oh, and Parky storms off the show.
He storms off. He's thrown down the beats. He's walked away.
What is going on?
I can tell you what he's not going to do. He's not going to get his wallet to bring out some money for this tip to the waitress.
That's right. I know the pizza guy didn't show up at the door because he ain't going over there to pay that guy.
I'll tell you what's not going to be on that pizza. There's not going to be any vegetables. I can tell you that.
No.
Who the hell would order some vegetables on a pizza?
I've never seen a vegetable that I liked. I tell you what, since you called in here onto the show, you're basically the guest now for the show. You can help us with the listener mail.
Okay.
I got an email for Joe last week. Joe, you're never going to believe who sent an email to us.
Who sent an email?
Old Irish Joe over there in Dublin, Ireland.
Oh, Irish Joe.
Old Irish Joe. Kayfabe and Irish Joe.
And?
Irish Joe sent us an email. Says, hello, mates. Hope everything is well over there on top of that hill in Beaufort, Georgia. I have a question for Mr. Beasley. Says, Joe, with all of the traveling you've done, what would be your favorite city that you ever visited?
Favorite city?
New Bern, North Carolina.
Haven't visited
hadn't
New
been
Bern,
there.
North Carolina.
There's only about 8 people that can probably claim to have visited New Bern, probably.
Favorite city? I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Las Vegas.
Las Vegas is your favorite city, and why? Why would Las Vegas have been
Good
your favorite
times.
city to visit?
What stays in Vegas happens in Vegas, and what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
He still hasn't sobered up from the trip.
That was a year ago. I haven't traveled I'm not the traveler you are. I can tell you that.
Well, but yeah, and I'm probably not the traveler that old Captain Cone Dog over there is.
No. Vegas is nice. I would say Vegas so far.
But why do you like Vegas so much? What is it that you like about Vegas? What made it so memorable that it became your favorite city to travel to?
Yeah, it's a cool town. Just a cool town. Plenty of sights, plenty of stuff to see, plenty of casinos, plenty of trouble to get into.
So, Rick Steves, you are not.
Who?
Rick Steves, the travel guide. You're not a travel guide by any stretch of the imagination.
No, I'm a travel guide. I can take you all around Atlanta.
You could get me lost in any part of Atlanta I ever wanted to go to.
I can do that. I can get you lost in D.C. to tell you the truth.
Gabe, you've been all around the world.
I've been to many places, yeah.
We won't mention who you work for because we try not to get a lot of work things on this show. But
sure.
You, just so everybody out there knows, you are an airline pilot.
Yes, I am.
Okay. And you fly a big plane. You fly a really big plane.
I do.
Okay. That's all we need to know about that. We'll leave the rest of that alone. You've been all around the world.
Right.
Name one shithole. Name the one place you like, oh my God, I'm never going back there.
I'd rather not say. I hate to say this, but
he's going to say Atlanta. He's going to say Atlanta.
No, not at all. Atlanta's, and it was just, to be honest with you, it was someplace like, I want to say like Montgomery, Alabama, or something like that. It was someplace like that. Only because there was like no place to go where we were at. I mean, and it just was on an overnight. It wasn't like I was on vacation in Montgomery, Alabama. But we got there and there was nothing there. And I'm not even sure if it was Montgomery. It was someplace in Alabama, I think.
Isn't that where Forrest was from? Montgomery, Alabama?
No. He was from Greenbow, Alabama.
Oh, Greenbow, Alabama.
That's right. He and Jenny.
Forrest Gump marks.
Everybody's a Mark.
Those two are Forrest Gump marks.
Hey, I like Forrest Gump. That makes me a Mark too, man.
Mark. And I don't mean your brother Mark. I'm talking about he's a sucker for the Forrest Gump.
You don't
I love Forrest Gump.
You don't like me and my brother Bubba.
Oh, brother. All right. Well, what else do y'all got anything you want to talk about?
We're going to toss that around on you now. Wesley Parkey.
Yeah.
Favorite city?
Oh, well, it's got to be probably Las Vegas, man.
Why
is Las Vegas your favorite city?
I can tell you why, though. Oh, good town, got gambling and shows out there, and I just like going out there, and I love, I'm like a part-time citizen in Las Vegas anyway. No, I love it. I've been going out there every year, at least once or twice a year for 20 years now. I just love that city. I like the vibe in the city. I like waking up every morning and looking out the windows and you're surrounded by the mountains. It's just a cool place. You could take away the casinos. You could take away all the action. I'd still love to live out there if I could.
I'm gonna call BS on that.
Why?
It's hot.
You can't take out the action, and you're still gonna call Vegas home. That's
All
not
it is-
happening
all
with
it would
U.S.
do with
parking.
the Desert stop, man. If you take out the casinos and all the mayhem.
That's
The
right.
Desert stop, my man.
Any man that gets up at 3:30 in the morning after sleeping about 3 hours, and you're thinking, I guess this guy's waking people up. He's stumbling through the room, going to go over there and take a bathroom break, get him a glass of water. Oh no, he's stepping down to the craps table.
That's right.
3:45 in the morning and comes back in about an hour later.
Well, there's nobody else down there. It's the perfect time to go shoot dice, man. There's nobody down there at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, well you can't take gaming out of that. Taking action out of it, you're going to live out there.
I could move to Phoenix. And
Remember that game? Weren't you with us with that game, the Cub game? We went up to Chicago.
Yep,
Was that
Chicago.
you?
He was with us in Chicago. Yep.
Went to Chicago with us?
Yep.
Saying I've been to Chicago is like saying I've been to Las Vegas. You know, I used to go all the time.
Were you at that game with us though? Did you go to see the Cub game?
He did.
We flew in one day, watched the Cubs, and flew right back out.
Cubs and Braves.
I think didn't you have like 9 dogs that day at the ball field?
I might have. I enjoy a hot dog. I enjoy some pancakes.
Mustard and ketchup only. Hold the relish. I don't like that green stuff.
No, not at all.
But I've done that a lot too. Flown in, watched the ball game, flown back. So I don't remember that.
$4.50 for a hot dog. John, can you help me out with that?
I got 34 cents.
I got 34 cents left.
Y'all hook a brother up, man, with a hot dog.
I remember you ate 9 hot dogs because I paid for them suckers.
You did not.
I can't reach in my pockets.
Where is he coming up with this damn propaganda
Can't
from?
reach in my pockets. I only got a credit card and it's maxed out. And I can't put any more on my other credit card where it just says hot dogs.
You know, and I guess you're going to tell me too that like John must have bought the ticket to get into the ballpark. You bought all the food, right?
Oh yeah.
These guys come on here, they slam me, man.
Maybe you bought the beer.
Well,
No.
I can tell you, if I'm not paying for the hot dog, I damn sure ain't paying for the beer. You're making me feel guilty. I'm going to have to cut him a check now instead.
It'll bounce.
Oh.
How about a money order? You
Hang
want
on,
a money
Wes.
order?
Lean over there. Let me pull that knife out of your back.
I'm telling you, yeah, here, go get me some Kleenex because I just got tagged in the nose right there. I'm bleeding a little bit from that one.
Cut me, Mick. Cut me.
Man, what the hell with these two brothers, man? I will have to give it to Gabe, though, you know. Gabe's the only guy that's ever taken me flying. And then we get up there about 2,000, 3,000 feet above Orlando, and he lets go of it and says, all right, you're driving. Do you remember that, Gabe?
Absolutely, the good old days, man. Good old days.
Back when he could fit into a Cessna.
Whoa. This is back in your 1998 flight simulator days.
Yeah, well, I don't think they'd let me do that these days, would they?
You know what? I could let you do that once.
That's pretty thoughtful person, man.
Yeah.
Undisclosed.
Yeah.
For the FAA.
Yeah.
Hell, I'd make the news if I did that.
Exactly. So would I. I probably wouldn't have much of a career left. So.
No, you'd be back to loading the bags.
I would. Hey, we need to meet in Vegas and do a podcast show, especially from Vegas.
That is one of our goals. Yeah, is to go to Vegas and just sit in a hotel room and do a podcast from Vegas.
Well, that'll happen for sure.
You'll love this. My buddy, I got a buddy of mine, Tony from Orlando. He and I used to work on the ramp together, and this knucklehead. He's always a procrastinator. So Tony G. So Tony G. Hello. So Tony G says, I'll get the room in Vegas. I'm like, all right. So we're getting ready to leave for Vegas, and I'm like realizing Evander Holyfield's fighting in Vegas this weekend. And I'm like, dude, where are we staying? He goes, I haven't gotten a room. I'll go ahead and get a room. And I'm like, dude, it's this weekend, and Evander Holyfield's fighting. So it's 4 adult men, and we get stuck in the Travel Lodge. in Las Vegas. We go to Las Vegas and end up in the Travel Lodge.
Hey, the first trip I took to Las Vegas, that's how we planned it. And there was a fight out there that weekend.
Oh, it's not a good time to be there.
I don't know who was fighting. There was a fight out there that week. We found that out, remember? Because we ended up
we
staying
were at the Best Western.
Best Western, yeah. Outside of town.
Like 25, we were like in North Las Vegas, like 25 minutes from the Strip.
Yeah. And that was the only place you could find.
Oh yeah, we were in the same boat. And of course, 4 guys, we go out and eat and everything and come back to the hotel room and, I got to go to the bathroom. I go take care of my business. Knuckleheads are like, oh man, you stink, this, that, whatever. Open up the window. So I open up the window. This is how bad it was. That room stunk so bad. And I'm like, that can't be me. I stick my head out the window. The dumpster's right behind the window.
I thought he was going to say dead hooker in the alley.
That too. In the dumpster.
Dead hooker.
Hello, dead hooker. Dead hooker in the alley. Hello.
Hello. Well, hello.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
We'll call in.
Well, hell, you'll be there.
We'll be in the next room.
We'll call you in for the next room.
Here's what we're going to hear. Hey, John, what? My credit card was declined. Can you help me?
Hey, man, I ordered room service. Can you help me out with this tab?
I got 34 cents.
All I got is 34 cents.
Help me out with a tip for this lady, Joe. Them lady,
I need more pancakes.
they done brought this food all the way up here, man. Ain't got no money for no tip, man. Help me, hook a brother up, man. Come on.
No, don't hit that valet parking. I can't help out. That man take change.
I'm the first person to park it in the valet.
Can you break 100?
100 pennies.
That's good. All right. Well, let's wrap it up out of here. Do you have any parting words or anything you want to tell everybody?
Hey, no, it was a heck of a lot of fun hanging out and chatting like the good old days, man. We need to do it again sometime, and hopefully we'll have a few cervezas with us next time, and it was a lot of fun, man. Cervezas is Spanish for beer.
That's beer in Mexican over there, Joe.
Dos Equis. In Coronas. Piss water. With a lime.
What was that beer we were drinking in Cabo that day?
Oh, man.
Tecate.
Couldn't.
Probably was.
Tecate.
Soul.
You still drinking that Jaeger?
Yeah, he was Jaeger.
Man, hang on a second.
Yeah, I owe this man a bottle. What are you talking about?
Why, he can't pay for it himself?
A little payback for him. A little payback.
Which one do you want?
Beautiful.
That's his breakfast and lunch.
Nice.
We don't, I got the leaded version and I got the unleaded version right here.
Nice.
Eventually this man's going to have him one of them Jaeger machines that you see in the bars.
I will. Hey, within a couple of years, I probably will have one of them Jaeger machines.
That's right.
You just keep putting them 34 cents aside every time you get a chance. Sooner or later, you'll have enough to buy yourself one of those Jaeger machines.
34 cents.
Why do you think I'm short-arming you bastards all the time?
You've been saving for 20 years. What are you talking about?
Sandy's asleep. Maybe go in her purse and maybe I can get another Jaeger.
That's right. In 20 years, I got $6.75 saved up. That's $6.75.
These two bastards.
Get you about six orders of fries off the dollar menu.
And still have 75 cents left over.
I might get me a cold drink with that.
Can I have some water?
A cup of water?
How much for a rib?
No, just one.
Can you break 100?
All right, well, John Moreno and Gabe, Captain Cone Dog Moreno, it was good to have you on the Jumparound Podcast with you here today. Don't call us, we'll call you.
It was our pleasure.
Say goodbye, Gabe.
We'll see you, brother. Thank you. It was
right.
great being here.
I'll see you guys later, man.
Oh, man, well, that was interesting. I think that's the last time I'll ever answer the Skype while we're doing a recording of a show.
That was good. That was good. I hadn't heard from those guys in a while.
Who would have ever thought that I stiffed Gabe Moreno on 9 hot dogs at the Cubs game?
34 cents. That's all I got. It's 34 cents.
I'd like to thank Gabe Moreno for turning me out like a prostitute.
Gabe Marino. Hello.
Yeah. Where's he from? He's from New Bern, Orlando, Atlanta. Where's he from? I don't know.
It'd be Orlando, I
He's
guess.
a glorified bus driver, that guy. That's all he is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Don't hate the man.
I guess I'm going to have to go cut him a money order now and send it to him because I feel guilty now that I stiffed him on 9 hot dogs. That's like 1 an inning.
My belly's full.
Oh, well, anyway. So we got a quick turnaround now. Here it is Friday. Now we got to turn around and we got to get one ready for Tuesday. Now you're going out of town this week. I think you're going to the Boy Scouts. Where are you going?
We're going to be camping in the woods for a week.
So I got to go line up some more backups this week, or are you going to go hide out from Decepticons again, or what?
I'll be hiding out from mosquitoes.
The real Decepticons.
The
real Transformers,
deal.
huh?
That's right.
Well, I guess I'll call the King of Buford and get him on here.
That sounds like it'll be a good show.
Yeah.
I'll try and contact you from up there myself, though.
Might get the Squire, old Tom Brewer in here. Might get Kerry McGuire. Might get the All-Stars in here for the show coming up this week. I'll have to find out what's going on.
Well, I'm sure you'll do a good job with it.
Yep. So you go enjoy the Boy Scout camp. I'll hold down the fort here with the Jumparound Podcast.
Yeah, this should be the last of my travels for the rest of the year.
Okay.
It's high school football season.
Oh boy. All right, so we'll get out of here. We want to thank you folks for tuning in today and listening to the Jumparound Podcast. We'll be back again, hopefully on Tuesday, with the Tuesday version of the Jumparound Podcast. For my co-host, Big Joe Beasley, it's Wes Parkey. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye, everybody.